There we go. That worked. Hello.
Hi, Diana does not want to be here.
I fucking done. I hate it. Howdy. Hi, Daniel. Hi, Hilgedorf. Hello. Also, hi, Justina Revolution. I don't know if you're real or not, but thank you for subscribing. I saw that.
Jesus, if they are real, that was harsh.
Well, because I don't. Well, because I don't see them in the Twitch notifications, but I see a Steam notification or stream notification, so I don't know. I can't tell if it's like faked or not. Oh, loving the Spirit Fair soundtrack this evening. Yes. Hi, Samantha. Hello. You're the best dog. Wow, so good. I did prove to Avalon that the dog is alive and real.
You didn't.
I did.
You didn't. Weeks went by. Nothing. And then I happened to notice on your Instagram reel, which I'm not obligated to look at.
You were petting your dog. I did not say you were. You did not
prove anything to me. And I was owed that.
Oh my god. Holy. That is a dog. Jesus Christ. I would tell you if my dog died.
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, she's alive. Thank God. Thank you, Morshani, for subscribing for 24 months. You're literally a hero keeping the ship alive. I really appreciate it. Hi. And then it's like she came down just to prove her existence. She just went right back upstairs. She was like, okay.
She needed to.
That's over now. Yes. Well, hi, Avalon. This is Queerplatonic Pillow Friends. The show about two queer friends who are definitely platonic.
Where's the pillow part come in, though?
That's we're platonic while cozy and lying down.
Friends, Diana is pulling some shit in the green room.
Yeah, what'd I do?
I don't know what it's like to be famous.
Oh my god.
I don't know what it's like to be a performer or involved. Diana tried to get me to do some fucking theater warm-ups for this shit show.
For clarity, I said, do you have any wigglies you need to get out? I did not. I just
the implication that I do not always bring my A game.
Yeah.
The implication that the viewers are not here to see my wigglies.
To see the wigglies, yeah. I know.
And that I should be ashamed
of
my wigglies.
No, you're correct. I'm so sorry. I'm just terribly sorry. I will never do that to you again. Hi, Dylan. The DJ Malenfant is the other Dylan, spelled the right way, quote unquote. And I think I actually, just because Dylan is here, I want to say this right now because I know we don't always get to like where we're where we're going with the like nerd culture stuff. Jesus. But we are on a show together that is just about to come out. It's the Arc 11 of Unprepared Casters, which fucking rules. And the trailer just dropped, and it's been really fun. It's such a fun community of like fans and stuff for that show. Like, It's a very Tumblr active community too, which I love because like nobody that I operate with in the like Twitter TTRPG sphere is on Tumblr. So like I don't ever get to like engage in like Tumblr-esque fandom stuff like meme making and like mood boards and shit like that, and all that is very much alive and well in Unprepared Casters fandom, so I'm like really into it. But yeah, Dylan and I were on that arc together, and it rules. And I think we put together a little great show. We still have one more episode to record, so I don't know why I'm talking about it in the past tense, but we're making a good show. So that's already my what's nerd culture done for me spiel.
Well, let me just go ahead and tell you what you've done for nerd culture. You got such a hot haircut that I don't know how to act. And I'm not even listening to what you're saying. I'm just thinking about it.
And that is the Queerplatonic part of this show. We are that's what this is about.
Yeah, that might be a problem, fans.
Yeah.
Anna's new haircut is like the Yoko Ono of this. And that I'm going to marry it and break up the band.
You're gonna marry my haircut and break up with me.
Yeah.
Great. Good. That sounds good.
The logistics of that we'll figure out.
Oh, look at that cat. Oh, hello. Oh, that cat is a paid actor right now. Just being so modeled. Evening Mimics and Misfits, welcome in. Also, thank you, Morshadi, for adding that quote. It's a good one. Yeah. So I don't know, Avalon, you got any like nerd culture highlights that you want to kick us off with until we find the thing that we're gonna rant about for the next
Yeah,
hour?
we're probably not gonna actually rant about it for as long as I wanted to the other day. I have played so much Pokemon.
Oh yeah. Okay. So
I know that you are in the process of acquiring it.
Yeah.
I guess I just shouldn't talk about it at all.
No, talk about it. I mean, I've seen so many like screenshots and stuff. I've heard about all the bugs. I've heard about, but I'm very excited to play it. I really want to play it, and I really want to play it with you and Francis. That's like the number one, like that's the purchasing purpose of this game.
That is the root of our polyamory, is forcing you to play Pokemon with us.
Yeah.
So have you seen, I think that what I'm about to say is going to sound so stupid.
Okay.
Have you seen that like educational meme going around that explains the difference between user interface and user experience?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, not only did it not really clarify that concept to me, it introduced me to both of those words.
I mean,
which I am now going to use.
Oh God. Okay.
I think that whomever designed the user experience of interfacing with navigating this world was like a fucking intern or something. It is like someone tried to invent the concept of a sandbox video game, but didn't think that it could possibly be done well. Like, you cannot navigate this game.
How so? Like, it's like literally you can't find your way.
You can't find your way in a way that like is intuitive at all. I guess there aren't enough explicit tutorials, which seems weird because usually things are so organic if you play video games somewhat often that you don't really need that.
Yeah.
Not intuitive at all. The topographical map does not accurately convey to you where corridors are or are not, and you're just constantly getting stuck in like cliff situations.
Great.
And you can't tell it apart, and You don't know where you're supposed to be going because it doesn't tell you. You can go to any gym at any time, but they're not leveled proportionately. So
Wow.
you're just constantly lost and you don't know where to go and you don't know how to get anywhere. And you can fast travel once you get to each area, but it's just so annoying. And when you go into your menu to look at the map, you can very easily accidentally just like rotate the map infinitely, and it doesn't like default to north, south, east, or west, so you don't even know what direction anything is ever in. It's horrible.
I want to like look into the eyes of the chat because I know that many of the people here have watched me play video games and have watched me get lost in video games that I know.
Yes.
Like intuitively. Yeah. So it's not looking good for how
it's a wild ride. It is like being drunk.
Yeah.
And trying to navigate your way through like a hedge maze. It just doesn't work. And I don't understand. To me, there's no excuse for that to be that bad.
Yeah. Can I ask you something ahead of time so I'm prepared for it? Is Francis weirdly good at navigating the map? And will it make me feel like an inferior being?
I don't know. Don't know,
because sometimes that's how I feel when I go into Minecraft with him and I'm like, I'm lost, let me take like 10 minutes to figure this out, and he's just like, don't worry, come over here. Like it jumps like 4 feet and it's like, oh, that's right here. Yeah,
he's good at that with other games too, because I get lost horribly in like caves, dungeons, indoor video games, like indoor settings that I feel like I should not get lost. I'm always lost.
Yeah.
And he's not. Yeah. So anyway, I just don't understand who this is such a well-backed game. I don't understand why they couldn't pull that part off.
It's like a huge franchise. It's the
first time it's ever been like a sandbox like this, but it's not like this is new. Like, hire somebody.
Yeah.
I don't know. So that can be frustrating, but I don't really care because ultimately what I think is the most important thing is the cuties to uggos ratio, a term coined by our friend Jesse.
Yeah.
Is great in this one. It is, I would say, mostly cuties.
Great. That is good.
Pokemon.
That's great.
Instead of Sword and Shield, which I would say was a lot of uggos, and uggos is just anything that it just like creeps you out or it grosses you out, or it doesn't seem right.
Yeah. I had a lot of icks in that.
A lot of icks.
Yeah.
A lot of getting chased by things that kind of like reminded you of like sexual predators. I can't think of a single Pokemon in this game that I've seen so far that I think, oh my god, that's absolutely a sexual predator.
Yeah. Good.
That's great.
Good job, Pokemon. And the multiplayer aspect, how's that?
Seems smooth. It's a lot easier. I felt like, if I'm remembering correctly, in Sword and Shield, the connecting to each other's like lobbies,
it was really hard. Yeah.
It's smooth. It's been smooth for us, at least.
Cool.
So that's nice. And you just kind of like, you kind of drive around together, catch the Pokemons in each other's worlds.
Nice.
They have something that's like those Gigantamax battles mechanically, but it's just like vaguely different. There's also not really a point to it.
Yeah. And they can never recreate that fucking song and the absolute fist fighting hype that I get when I hear that song. So they just might as well never try again. Yeah.
It's interesting you say that. I absolutely think that they tried and just didn't quite hit it with this song for like the final round of the gym leader battle.
Yeah.
But Francis really likes this one. I think it's underproduced. I think that they could have like gotten a lot more.
Yeah.
stadium oomph out of it if they had just layered the track a little more. It doesn't build quite as much.
Oh, that's a shame. That's a big old shame.
They could have brought that same song back and I would not have complained.
I really wouldn't either. I think that it could have been the new theme song. That we could just make that the new Pokemon song.
The stakes in this one don't exist, which is interesting. There's a frame story with the lowest stakes of anything.
Sure. Well, did they do the thing where it's like so open world that it's just like whatever you're up to?
No, because there's no side quests.
Is there a quest? Like a main quest?
There's a goal. Quest feels too noble.
What is the goal? Is it to catch them all?
I mean, that's up to you.
Oh.
But ultimately, to win the game, you just want to defeat all of the gym leaders and the other gym leaders.
Oh.
Sort of. And also, like, you got to kill, like, 5 big Pokemon.
Do you have a nemesis that's also your best friend?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, that's part of it. I mean, that's standard.
I know, but it's so funny to me.
Honestly, in this one, maybe in the last one too, the nemesis is just in love with you. She's just like stalking you, kind of, but in a way that doesn't feel threatening. She just feels a little too desperate.
Okay, sure.
Not in the same annoying and pathetic way as the last person.
Yeah.
So here's what, okay, so this game, your rival is like pretty and smart and competent and more experienced than you and confident and like great. She's just great. There's like nothing wrong with her.
Okay.
She's definitely too cool and too hot to want to be your friend.
Great.
And she's definitely too cool and too hot to want to be your girlfriend. And yet, I think she does.
Oh,
I'm like,
great.
good for you. You know? But I think that you just can't even put yourself in the state of mind that she could possibly be interested in you because of how much cooler than you she is.
Well,
that's the story I project.
Well, here's the thing though.
Yeah.
I feel like that's great. I feel like we should all aspire to be like to believe that the coolest person in the world would want to hang out with us.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what we should think. Because it's true. For, you know, for us as Pokemon characters.
Here's the other thing. It's trying to pull a weird Hogwarts thing and not pulling it off.
Like?
Where it's like, it's all about a boarding school. Kind of.
Okay.
You assume, because you always play like a 12-year-old in these games, and everyone's like a 12-year-old in these games, except for the adults that are trying to kill you.
Oh boy.
You assume that it's a school for people who are young people. And then when you're out in the world and you're having battle encounters with people who are students from your school, they are always drawn as like 50-year-old men. And it says they're a student, but that is strange. It is strange and jarring when that happens.
That's so weird.
That's my review of Pokemon.
Well,
it could be a lot better.
I think it's great.
But I'm also super comfortable with spending a lot of hours playing it, so.
Yeah, well, I think that's sometimes it's the kind of game you need. Is like one where it's not really gonna like bound break anything, but it's just good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I like that. I started playing. Speaking of, I started playing Dreamlight Valley.
Yeah. So what the fuck is that about?
So I did two things. So I did a stream the other day, where I was like, I'm not sure what I'm in the mood to play. I'm gonna put up a poll for like what I'm gonna play.
Oh, okay.
And
You
Matt,
weren't like
no,
jumping around to play this game.
No, in fact, I kind of was like this. I don't know. I kind of didn't seem like anything I wanted to do. Actually, hold tight 1 second.
Live.
Yeah, well, listeners, hold tight. Hang on. You're good. I believe in you. Listen to the. All right, I should actually just do what I'm doing.
Listen to how big your britches have gotten.
My britches are so
telling them what to do.
Okay, that's fine. That's my review of Pokemon. It could be a lot better. That's a great condensed version.
All right, hold on. I just remembered I left something in the oven.
That's actually hysterical. That's so funny. Holy shit, everybody. Okay. What a great quote, Morshadi. It's like the school version of the Hotel California. You can graduate at any time, but you can never leave. Yes. Correct. Viewers, listeners, dear friends, I want to say let's shit talk Avalon while we're gone, but I don't think that there's anything to there's no shitting to talk.
Guys, I tricked you.
You tricked
I heard all that shit you talked.
Yeah. You really got me. You got me good.
Gotcha.
So yeah, so we did like a stream where I was just asking, you know, what people would want me to play, and Matt, the Adamless GM, was in the chat and said Dreamlight Valley, and I thought it was a joke because I'm just like, I don't know, it seems one, I don't trust Disney to make a good video game for sure, and two, like, I'm not really attached to many Disney characters in a way that it would be, you know, that satisfying to me. But I did see that it was on Game Pass, and so it was free to try, essentially, with, you know, with my subscription. So I was just like, okay, well, I guess I might as well just try it.
Yeah, you love it.
All right, love is strong. It's not like hitting the Coral Island like nerve that I had. It's definitely not like striking me in that way. But as far as like cozy farming simulator games go, it's not bad. It has a kind of good mix of, I think what I like is that there's no timer in which you need to end the day. It's on an Animal Crossing-esque clock where it's synced to your time. But you don't ever have to go to bed for the evening. You just have to take breaks whenever you feel like, whenever you're out of energy, you take a break and then you get refueled. So it's not like you go to sleep every single night. You can just play at whatever time of day as long as you take your little nap. And Ugh. Lemon flow energy. No one cares. No one likes you. Banned. Goodbye. Um. So, I genuinely, it's a good cozy game. It is entirely populated by Disney characters, which, depending on your Disney character tolerance, can be a little bit annoying. Having to talk to Mickey Mouse all the time is really grating. However, I will say it's a different Mickey Mouse voice actor, so it is not as unsettling as the Mickey Mouse voice that creeps me out. Uh, there's like a weird like subplot in that Scrooge McDuck owns the like all the shops in town. But also he's like a good guy. He's like he's like a capitalist, but he's a good guy, which is seeming like Disney, you know, writing their own history a little bit. And I am intrigued by this little mystery that they are setting up, which is that like he's the Tom Nook character, yes, Hilgendorf, but in addition to that, there's like this mystery to figure out, which is very compelling in that you're like finding little secrets all over the island that are going to eventually piece together this story of like why. All right, I skipped ahead. So it's basically like a Once Upon a Time kind of premise in which Disney's world got like unmagicked by like some kind of evil magic or like the nothing or some kind of thing like that. I think it is actually called like it might be called nothing. Something like that. Anyway, it has like taken all of the magic and joy out of Disney or whatever, and all of the Disney characters have left to go back to their own like little home worlds. So like you go to Wally's planet after you've made the planet like decent enough and habitable enough, and you can convince Wally to come back to Disney World, essentially.
Okay.
But they keep talking about this like creator character, this like I forget what they call him, but they keep calling them the like the like I think they say leader, which is like a little creepy, and we don't know who they are. I thought it was going to be Mickey Mouse. It wasn't Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse was introduced to me. I thought it was going to be, maybe Scrooge McDuck. No, wasn't Scrooge McDuck. Don't know who it's going to be. Very intrigued by that. I'm piecing together a puzzle in which the pieces don't make sense. I do feel like I have like a real time like cap on how long I can play the game though, because it doesn't scratch all the itches. Like there's not really like there's no relationship building between you and the NPCs. That's wrong. You can make friends with them and it gives you like stat boosts, but it doesn't like seem to they don't seem to have storylines or like like things that like becoming their friend, like you're not like unlocking their story path or anything like that. So I don't know. It's checking some boxes, but some not so much.
It's what's interesting to me. I wish that you had played Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah,
because it's obviously a totally different game. But like some of the lore elements you're describing feel like they couldn't let Kingdom Hearts go.
Oh, I was thinking about like, Kingdom Hearts while I was
like,
playing it.
Nothing and the nobodies and like who's the mysterious leader, and it's like is it Mickey? And it's like, no, it's WD, Walt Disney. Like, I don't know. Like, it's just a lot of that feels like the same bullshit they were peddling with Kingdom Hearts, which I have a huge soft spot for. So, you know, I say that with a grain of salt. But
Yeah.
if that lore feels similar.
I did think
I
about
wish you
Kingdom
would eat it.
Hearts when I was playing it because, like,
Well,
from
even
what
the
you
like the
described.
different worlds that they go off to, and then
Yeah.
the same shit.
Yeah, you go to like bring everybody home. To what I think is Disney World. I think it's just Disney World. There's like a castle in the center and shops and stuff. So I think you are just building Disney World. But that's okay, I guess. But yeah, it's definitely a decent game. It's definitely fun. But I have two cozy farming games in my life right now that are absolutely taking way more of the cake. Yeah. So
yeah, your relationship with these games feels like borderline sexual.
Yeah, I love them. I I love them intimately. Coral Island is basically, unfortunately, currently unplayable for me right now, but there's a new update coming out in a week with more stuff. So I'll be able to jump back into that.
I was really enjoying playing it, but then Pokemon came out.
No.
I will return to it.
The thing is that I it's too late for me because I fell in love, so I am going to play it as every piece comes out, but the better thing for me to have done would be to have waited for the game to be whole to play.
I assume you're just going to play it again.
I will.
Yeah.
But yeah. Speaking of doing exactly that, I'm replaying Spirit Fair.
Interesting.
Because I played that game during like the original release, and then I played it a second time because, again, I have no patience whatsoever. I played it a second time as the DLCs were coming out, but they were being rolled out over months. So what I was doing was I was replaying the game, played until I got to the end of what was available, waited 2 months for the next like DLC to drop, played again for another month, waited for the next DLC to drop, like, you know, like etc. And it made kind of the deal. I don't, like, get me wrong, it still had impact, but like I know that it wasn't quite like selling like what those DLCs were meant to sell. So right now I am playing the game over again with all DLCs downloaded, everything like all at once. And I'm really loving it, like not brand new, but I'm loving it all over again. It's nice.
Yeah. I watched that game played. I have never played it. What was it on? Switch? Or was it
Switch and Steam?
Steam. Okay.
Yeah.
And I saw in the chat that I guess it's on Netflix now, which I don't
What?
I don't understand. But I guess maybe that's the thing.
Wild. I don't know how that works at all. That's awesome though.
Didn't realize they were getting into the game streaming.
Did you play the game that Netflix released that was like the choose your own adventure cartoon?
No.
Oh. I mean, Robin's I think a little too young for it still, probably. But like I feel like they're gonna keep making more of them, and it's really fun.
And that sounds cute.
Yeah, it's like you're watching the cartoon and then it's like choose an option and then
Oh,
you know, and then like the cartoon character Wile E. Coyote style like chooses like what like, oh, am I gonna like blow it up with dynamite or try to like, you know, hook my way over it, and then
that's cute.
yeah,
I like that.
it's really cute.
If a Puss in Boots one,
Yeah,
thank you for telling us that, Siebert.
yeah. Hi, Siebert.
Also fun.
Hello. And you just log into your Netflix account. Oh, cool.
Hmm.
Whoa, Hilgendorf. I did not know that, and that kind of that rules a lot. Yeah. Oh, that's that.
Netflix had to figure some shit out.
Yeah. So I'm playing
First.
that. I am trying the Borderlands games. One has not worked. Two seems to be working.
Hmm.
I'm not sure how I feel about them yet. Which I know I played them a couple of years ago with like with friends, but I was not very good at it then.
Yeah.
And like I kind of need to be carried, which is very like embarrassing. But I really love the aesthetic of the games and I really want to like them a lot.
Yeah. Are you liking it more now that you're able to kind of like actually hear the dialogue and stuff?
Yes. Yes. The dialogue is cool and the characters are cool.
Are you playing fully by yourself?
No, I played a little by myself.
Okay.
But I'm playing with my friend Christian, who was nice enough to buy me the games so that we could stream them together. And we tried one would not work in like multiplayer. It was like the lag on one was like just fully not working. Like I was like shooting at stuff and Christian was telling me it was already dead. And I was like, it's fully attacking me. And he was like, no, it's been dead for 10 minutes. And
Oh wow.
it was like really, really strange.
Huh.
But two has been working. So hopefully we're going to try that. But I like the characters so much. I think that they're so fun and interesting.
I think so too.
So I really want to like it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there are different ways to play the game, and if you're playing it with somebody with a compatible play style, I think it's fun.
Yeah.
And if you're playing it with somebody with a different who's in it for something different, then it's like really, really not fun.
Yeah.
If you're playing with somebody who's just in it for inventory management,
there's a lot of inventory management in that game.
And like who just wants to like run through and just shoot and not hear any of the like goofy frame story, like it's very boring to me.
No, I agree.
Just running back and like straight line fetch quests over and over, basically.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. I want to hear all these weird little characters and their weird little wants and needs. I want that. Yeah.
Well, fun. Well, I'm glad that you're at least getting some positive part out of it, because I liked doing it. I liked playing it couch co-op because like we could hang out and also actually hear what's happening, but I do not like playing with a huge group of people. It's just you just get like yoinked through all of the quests.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah, I like to have a small group. Yeah, I like that very much. Avalon, I feel like there was something else that you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about Elf on the Shelf.
Oh, fuck. There's a book? Is that a book?
What do you know about Elf on the Shelf?
Not that there was a book. I thought it was just like all right, so here's what I know. I know that for the past weirdly small amount of time, like 5-6 years or some shit like that, parents have been putting an elf somewhere on a shelf and then when their kids go to sleep, moving the elf on the shelf so that the kids will think that the elf is alive and real and magic and bringing, I assume, the spirit of Christmas alive, being like, oh, this is a real elf, the spirit of Christmas. Ha ha. All right, now ruin it.
So that is what I thought as well, or thought I knew as well, with the addition that, wow, this trend came hard and fast, and like, is the kind of people who are doing this are like intensely about optics, and they're like taking this too far. Like, this is less about their kids' Christmas experience and more about like them posting on Instagram, like, wow, look how much of a fucking mess I made in the process of setting up this elf scenario. Like, fully, like, the elf is making like snow angels on their counter with like flour that they just like spread everywhere, and it's like always at that level of what the elf gets up to overnight. And right, and so my feeling was always, this is too much.
Yeah, I will
this is
say,
like kind of funny.
I will say, just like as an aside, if those parents are doing that for Instagram, I 100% support them doing so, as long as they are not also filming their kids for Instagram clout. Like,
Sure.
if they are not like doing Instagram stories and clouts of their kids like for money, you know what? Like, ruin your kitchen countertops. Like, do all that shit. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm not shutting these people down, but I am like rolling my eyes a little bit at like,
very fair.
Like, do we need to carve 13 jack-o'-lanterns so that we have like the best porch? Like, you're not hurting anyone, but like, it's just calm down.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about anybody who's super type A about anything. Anyway, so this was my perception of it as well, is also like, where the fuck did this come from? It hit hard and fast.
Yes. And
so much so that I was like, maybe it's a cultural tradition that I'm just not familiar with. Like the pickle on the Christmas tree, like ornament. Like some people know about it, some people don't, and then it kind of takes off. All right, whatever. Elf on the Shelf purports to be a Christmas tradition. And I don't know if you want to look up the word tradition, but I don't think it counts as that. So,
okay. All right, great.
So I'm at a generic big box store buying some bullshit. Hello, Z Drake. Thank you for joining us.
Hello.
And I see Elf on the Shelf. And I told myself I would never be that parent. But I really like my kid, and this is the first year that I'm seeing him experience understanding that there's something cool going on at Christmas time. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna buy this fucking thing. I'm gonna make snow angel flour all the time. He's gonna walk out in the morning and he's gonna be just giggling
full of
and
wonder.
just fucking tickled. He's gonna be fucking tickled because he does not understand that this stuffed animal is not real because he's so young, and it's just gonna be the best. So I buy it for $36.
Oh no! With the doll or
the doll and the book that it comes with.
Okay.
This book is like 4 pages long.
Okay.
That doll is made of nothing. And I get it home and I'm like, ooh, what am I gonna do? Well, I'll read him the book the night before, and then in the morning he'll like see the elf for the first time. And this fucking book, I'm going through it. I'm like, I thought this elf was this chaotic good sprite of Christmas that comes into your house and makes all kinds of a ruckus and he. No, this fucking elf. The whole point of this elf is that he's supposed to be a narc.
Yeah.
Did you know this?
Well, I
This elf is a fucking cop.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this elf, there are rules. You're not allowed to touch this elf, or there will be no Christmas magic. This elf is not showing up in interesting places every night. He's finding new observation points. And he's taking notes for Santa, where he flies every night to give a daily report of whether or not you deserve presents. You are allowed to talk to him, but you cannot hug or kiss him. He is a fucking hop. And not, I don't even know, I was going to say not in a good way, but I don't even know what that means.
No.
Yes, no, it is fucked up. And it is just like dark and weird. And not only is he a cop, but it like gives me really weird Christian vibes.
It's
Like,
very Christian. Of course it's very
subtext.
Christian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I get that Santa is also watching, and I get that like if you're not nice, it's like a way you could threaten your kids. But this is a very weird way to threaten your kids.
It's an ever present. Yeah, it's like it's like yeah. It's like putting it in their home. Big brother.
Yeah. It's like, you want presents? Look at that fucking elf watching you. Don't hit your sister. That sucks. That is bad parenting.
It's bad. Yeah.
It's really bad. So I am bummed that they call this a tradition, first of all.
Yeah. Wait, this was invented, what, 5 years ago?
Yes.
Yeah. Like,
and this lady, this mother and daughter team.
Ugh, a mother and daughter team. Of course. Goodness gracious. Mothers and daughters.
Why they are fucking raking in the dough on this $36 book and doll.
Oh my god. How can we invent the opposite of this? Like,
oh, so that's what I brought to you.
Like I want like there to be
Talkin dwarf. Oh no. That is so
Talkin dwarf. That's horrible. I'm so, but that's what would happen, right? Like that's what happens, right? It's like, it's normalizing security cameras. It's like, yeah, someone's watching you all the time and that's normal.
Oh my goodness. You can never make a mistake because you're always being watched.
Yeah. That's so sad.
You don't have the opportunity to contextualize it. Don't touch him. And also, you just buy your kid a doll. Let them, that they can't be like, oh, yay, look, a Christmas doll. Nice. I want to hug that. That's bad.
That's bad.
That is so toxic.
Yeah.
It's so sad. Yeah. Anyway, so I got all fired up. Fuck this book. So I decided I still like there being a chaotic, good elf sprite in my fucking house every Christmas that isn't a narc, that isn't part of a Big Brother police state.
Yes.
And isn't about shame and fear for behavior modification. So what I wanted to do during this stream is I wanted to talk about it.
Good.
I just wanted to like flesh that out a little bit.
Yes.
Like if we had to homebrew this to make it not fucked up,
yeah,
what would we do?
So, okay. So I would say what's interesting is that I think that if you're talking about the elf being like a sentient creature, there's an interesting way you could teach like about like boundaries and consent with the no touching rule. It could be like, all right, no, he's actually asleep during the day, and you know, therefore you can't get permission to hug or touch him. So that's why we don't touch him. Not because there's some magic rule, and not because it's going to make Christmas go away. And also, if you do it accidentally, you're allowed to apologize. You can you can just say you're sorry and fix him back up into his spot. And like, there's a actual lesson to that, like of, all right, you're not supposed to touch him, but there's a reason, consent. There's opportunity to fix it, apology, like you know, there's it's not a end all, which is very Christian, is like the one flaw and you're done kind of thing is not, you know, it's not a healthy lesson for kids. Being able to learn that like you can mess up and make it right, fix it, you know, like all of that kind of stuff. So that's something. It moving around the house is very fun, very chaotic.
I mean, and I like the idea of it fucking things up. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's like a teaching moment that like we need to work together to teach the elf to behave.
Yeah.
Or if it's just like, fuck it. You got an elf in your house for a month. Funny.
That's very funny. I would say okay. You could go two ways. You could lean into it being just like a chaotic thing. Maybe not even tying it to Santa. Maybe just being like this is a little fey creature that comes every Christmas and fucks up the house and like hides stuff and makes a mess and whatever. And then cleaning it is like maybe even like I don't know. I want to say it's like cleaning it could be like a lesson for the elf and be like,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Like
we work together to teach this elf that this is not how you behave.
And
I think is a great secondary learning reinforcement.
And then like what about like using that as an opportunity to practice that kind of communication? Like okay, the elf is asleep right now, but what do you say to the elf? Like, how did it make like
yes,
like that elf hid your toy today? Like, do you want to like say, please don't do that, that's mine,
right?
Like kind of like really like introductory stuff before you have to learn how to say that to live people.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
if it is going in any kind of a prescriptive direction, it's not just like a funny shit show. I'm a little torn between those two options.
Yeah.
But I do think that there's room for conflict resolution, conversation, and like empathy building,
consent building, little things like that. I think that if it's just a chaos creature, I think there's still room for consent building, because I think there's still room for like, okay, yeah, that funny little creature did make a mess all over our counter last night, but we still don't touch them when they can't say yes. Like we still don't. We're still not gonna move them, etc. Anyway, if you're new joining this chat, we're talking about Elf on the Shelf and why it sucks and why we want to make it better sucky. Yeah,
Christian.
Christian-y. Yeah.
Don't give them your money. I'm so mad. If I could take my money
don't
back,
give them your money at all.
Which I could if I returned it, but I'm not going to do
Make
that.
a different elf too. Like it's not like, it's not like sneakers where like your kids are gonna see other kids' shoes. Like they're not gonna see each other's elves.
Yeah. Right. Make a different elf. Make a chaos fae.
Yeah.
Christmas tradition.
Make a horrible fae monster.
Hilligan Dwarf, I'm not going to get into this on stream because I don't want to, but
Do you not want to do the Santa ruse?
I don't.
I believe you. I believe in you so much.
And it might.
Yeah. Fracture.
Yeah. I might. So we'll see.
We'll see. All right, viewers, keep.
I dropped that bomb the other day, and it was. See.
Like and subscribe to see how that.
Like and subscribe to see if Santa ruins my home life.
I know that is a rough fucking thing to navigate, because it feels so important to the people who it feels important to, and it is so destructive to the people it feels destructive to.
Santa and circumcision somehow are everyone's business.
Yeah.
You have a child. It's like, what is happening?
Because it's so cultural. Yeah.
Yes.
I feel you. My youngest held on the longest, and we prepped for a long time. I will tell you, it doesn't matter how shitty you are at lying. My parents are terrible liars. I cried and I was too old when I found out. I was too old.
Same.
I was it's just it isn't about like the whimsy. It isn't about it. It's about the lie. Everybody's lying to you as a kid.
Yeah.
Everybody's
Yeah.
lying. Adults constantly are lying to you. And
Yeah.
then they're mad at you when you can't tell what the lies are. Like,
Yeah.
it's so confusing to be a kid. I never understood for the longest time, like, because my parents always used to like talk about how they wish they could be young again. They wish they could be young again. My grandma used to say, nope. If someone gave me a magic jewel to go back in time, nope, I would never take it. Never ever want to be young again. And like I get that perspective so much more every day because like being like a kid is terrifying. Like it's the scariest
Yeah.
thing in the world.
You just have no control. I want to say Siebert's argument is my biggest hesitation is that I don't want to put Robin in a position where he's also obligated to lie. But I don't want Robin to ruin it, to be the person who disillusions other kids just because he's like saying what he has heard.
Right, but that's also a learning experience too. Is all right, that's honestly that's like one of the like earliest ways you can get him to like respect the concept of other people's beliefs. Because like all right, if so say you were raising him as a Christian who believed in Christmas. There are going to be kids regardless of Christmas who don't believe in Santa. There are going to be Jewish kids at that school. There are going to be Muslim kids at that school who don't believe in Santa. Are you going to teach him to tell them that like, you know, like like that their holidays aren't real? No, you're only teaching him that like these kinds of that this specific character is something that's important to other people and other kids, and they might believe in it, but it just isn't it isn't a real character. It's a fictional character.
I guess I'm following you, and I'm with you if we equate it to like, you know, beliefs are subjective, and I can see framing it that way. But unlike any religion, like the Santa lie really manifests.
Yeah.
And either those
Yeah.
presents came from Santa or they did not come from Santa.
Yeah.
That's a hard gray area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. No other religion has a chokehold on American capitalism. So there's no like there's
Yeah.
there's it can't really be an equal comparison. But I think still there's a way. There's a way to like, and obviously take everything I say. I don't have fucking kids, so I don't have to live this struggle out. So you you know better. But I just think I don't know. There's got to be a way to like kind of use it as a framework of like respecting other people's beliefs. Like, you know, like we don't believe this, other kids do. And then building from there. Like cuz you're never going to want Robin to say like, you know, other religious beliefs aren't real when he encounters them. So this is kind of maybe the most well of two
no, I know.
Okay, but two you know, two other kids and their religious beliefs, but like you're, you know, so like I guess this is the like the baby steps of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. No, that's a big question mark. I will
I don't
be honest.
want it to be a big question mark. This is like to me, the more I think about it, the more I'm like, this is so stupid.
Yeah.
It's not. It's absolutely not. But when you boil it down, it kind of is.
No, I agree with you. I honestly, I have the gut feeling of, which again, I don't have kids, so I can't really like say it, but my gut would definitely be like telling them that it's not real and that those kids are being brainwashed by their families. And like, maybe that's why I probably would not be great at this. You know, like I don't know that that's a good, healthy way of dealing with it, but that's my gut feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess we'll wait and see.
Yeah. We'll wait and see.
Meanwhile, this fucking elf.
Are you doing have you done any cool shit with it yet, or no, it doesn't start till December, right?
Yeah, it definitely, not just that every day I've forgotten.
Oh. I was assuming it started in December.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Good. Great.
That's tomorrow, right? Cool.
Yep.
Okay. I can do that.
Avalon, what has nerd culture done for you lately?
Give me Pokemon.
What have you done for nerd culture lately?
Actually, I had an answer to this earlier. Yeah. Guess nothing.
Have you been victimized by nerd culture recently?
You know something that I don't? Are you trying to prompt me?
No, I'm just giving you the prompts, Stuart.
Yeah, no, I was hoping that you knew. I mean, this is what I'm victimized by, I guess.
Yeah, it's Elf on the Shelf. Yeah.
I would not call this nerd culture, though, even though it's...
But I think that if you bring your nerdy energy to it, it becomes nerd culture. That's
right.
That's
something. Well, and this is what I've done for nerd culture, is I have fixed Elf on a Shelf. You're welcome.
I've deconstructed Elf on the Shelf. It's no longer problematic as long as you follow these simple
on the shelf.
rules.
Yeah. We needed to deconstruct Elf on a Shelf.
Yeah.
The Fae, this is not what Fae do.
They're not cops for some deity. No.
Maybe they are.
No. They act on their own.
Well, I mean, they've got courts.
Yeah. They don't all share a court.
True.
Like the Winter Court elves all being cops for some sort of like all-seeing eye.
Yeah.
Nah.
No. Well, Hilgendorf, I encourage you to do whatever you think is best for you and your family. But if you want to consider making him less of a narc, that could be his like character development, his growth curve.
Yeah, he's changed.
Or
yeah, I love that.
I've been watching the Lord of the Rings show. I think it's pretty good.
I hear it's great.
Yeah,
I will get to it.
I heard Francis say, "I like it, but it's boring," and I can't argue with that. It's pretty fucking boring.
I've been watching.
But I'm like, nom, 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 nom.
I've been watching the fucking vampire interview of the vampire.
What's that on? We talked about this last time.
Motherfucker, Avalon, watch it right now. It's just fuck that Tolkien bullshit and watch the vampires.
Tolkien. Pro Anne Rice, A.
Well, fuck Anne Rice.
It's fine.
But
shitty people can still
write good
art things that we need.
Yeah. It's well, and also, you know, is she dead? Well, she is to me, but I think that they've. I think
that.
I think that they've appropriately taken her vision and updated it.
Appropriately reappropriated.
It's appropriately reappropriated. So
Did she die?
No. Everyone's comments are so good.
Oh fuck! I guess so. When did she die? She seems so young.
She's dead.
How did that happen?
Well, rip. All right. So here's the thing. I think that it took all of the elements that were
2021.
Wow, last year. Jesus. Okay.
We're coming up on. It hasn't even been a year.
Oh.
Wow.
Rip. So I feel that they did a good job at keeping and enhancing all of the gay that is in that original story. What they then also do is they do not ignore the topic of race when it comes to the idea of vampires, which I think is like really super common. Like I think it's really common for these vampire stories to either never feature a black vampire, to just never get into the, because we just don't want to deal with like the repercussions of like what it would mean for that person to have been alive in those time periods.
Yeah.
Or to just gloss over it and have one and not address it at all. And this one does confront that fairly aggressively. I also think my favorite part so far is that the child vampire character, who in the original was played by Kirsten Dunst, who did a great job, wonderful portrayal, I think, of like what it would be like to be a child and be like stuck in that body forever. But the girl who's doing it now, they're portraying them as two different ages. So I think Kirsten Dunst's character was like, I think I want to say she was like 11 or something like that. She was really childlike.
Yes.
And this one is like, she's 14 or something. She's like on the cusp of like of puberty, like somewhere. And so she is giving this like a different performance that is just also beautiful and a totally different side of this concept of like what it would be like to be stuck in that age perpetually. Whereas I feel like Kirsten Dunst's portrays like what it would be like to be like literally stuck in a kid brain forever. Like she throws lots of tantrums in that role. She has outbursts. She's like emotionally erratic and unstable, and like she's very much a kid the whole time. She's frustrated that she's staying the same age, but she's expressing it through tantrum. Whereas the girl playing her in the current series is playing like a version of her where her mind is growing up. And she is just trapped in the hell of being perceived by the world as a kid. And it's great. It's honestly, she's doing a fantastic job. It's a really cool, slightly different, but very like very interesting take on the character. And I'm, I don't know. I'm in love with it. It's very good. This Lestat is great. He's, to me, way more compelling than Brad Pitt's Lestat. Like, I think he's way more like, and he's way more of a realistic abuser, which is maybe a dark thing to say, but he's way more the affection and the way he like fawns over the main character. but while being abusive, like, is so, it's like, it's really telling a human story through the vampire lens, which is very, it hard to watch, but very good.
Was Tom Cruise, right? Or was he Brad Pitt?
Oh, sorry.
No.
I mixed them in my brain.
Okay.
Yes, Lestat is Tom Cruise.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
yeah, I think that this Lestat is much more compelling than Tom Cruise, and Brad Pitt did do a great job, in that baby vampire role, but this is just portraying like a very recognizable, like, almost human abusive relationship, but with the like added stakes of eternity. It's very like, it's a very good adaptation.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I've only heard good things about it.
Yeah.
Is it still actively being released? Are we at the end of the season yet?
I actually don't know. I'm not done with it yet, so I actually don't know the answer to that. Someone might. Hi, Wasteland Ranger.
I will watch it as soon as the whole season is out, so that I don't have to wait for episodes.
No, I support you in that.
I just keep forgetting it exists. It's like Xena. It only exists while I'm actively talking about it.
Watch Xena.
I'm so down.
Good. Yeah.
As soon as the stream ends, it won't exist
anymore.
Will
Never exist again. I know.
Seabird, I know.
One day,
I know.
One day when Seabird and I finally are in the same room together, and one day with you, we get to like override all the
What is that? An atomic wedgie.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you an atomic wedgie.
Yeah, we're going to give you an atomic wedgie after we give you a swirly. Until you agree to watch Xena Warrior Princess.
I'm trying to figure out which sequence would be worse.
The swirly, then the atomic wedgie.
No.
No?
Think so? Well, atomic wedgie, I've got my underwear on my face, and so if I put it in the toilet, I feel like it's like absorbing toilet water and it's drippy. And I like can't see, so I'm scared. Drowning.
It's like you're also being waterboarded.
Listen, I know. Everyone gave me access to Xena. I don't even remember now where.
We will get it done. It will happen, and then there will be an episode about it, and it will be fantastic.
There was gonna be a Femsplained once upon a time.
Once upon a time. Speaking of, there are people who have Femsplained in their Spotify Wrapped, and to you, I love you.
No, there aren't.
There are. I got some screenshots.
Give me a screenshot.
I'll send them to you. We got
some be like Sam all over again.
I promise you, it did happen.
World's first Photoshop. It's not. It didn't happen.
I will prove it to you. All right. Well, Avalon, what are you doing after this?
I should probably eat. I don't think I did that very much today.
Yeah, please eat.
I ate some pie.
Eat. I'm begging you.
I made a dinner that's like healthy, and so I don't want it. But I will eat it, and I will like it.
Yes, you will.
But right now, I'm at a level of hunger where I'm like, I deserve something tastes better.
Wow. I loved that little hair reveal. That was good. That was very...
What is happening here?
I am going to... Here, in a flipped script, I'm going to pee. I have to pee so bad.
Didn't ask. But I do think you told Francis you would play the bug game with him.
I'm going to play.
I've been telling him all day you're not going to do it.
I'm going to do it.
I've been telling him that you're not going to have the stamina for it after how much fun you're going to have on this podcast.
I'm not going to have the stamina for it if he's just ignoring me and trying to kill me the whole time.
Do you know that your audio with the other players was coming through our TV, but Francis couldn't get in it for some reason for like an hour. And I was like, this feels weird that we're listening to them and they don't know.
Yeah, and then he came up and ran up and killed me.
I know. Francis said they're not saying anything bad, but like, you know, it felt weird. And then yeah, he was trying to get your attention.
Well, I followed him. I followed him to a swarm of bees.
Yeah.
So, fucking amazing. We're gonna raid Elizabeth Marchini. If you don't know Liz, she's fucking hilarious and she's playing Valorant, which I will never play. So this is your one chance to see that game if you watch this channel.
I don't know what that game is.
I don't know. But I will never play it for sure.
Rest in peace, Anne Rice.
Liz is awesome. Rest in peace, Anne Rice. Rip Anne Rice. So sad.
Rip.
Crying.
She's a Reformed Christian, right? That's
crying,
awesome.
spitting, throwing up. Can't take it. But I do love that the show is encouraging people to write their own fan fiction and is giving them the opportunity to animate their own fan fiction, which is very ironic because Anne Rice used to sue people. She invented suing people for fan fiction. She sued fanfiction.net for having fan fiction writers publishing Interview with the Vampire characters.
Stop it.
I'm serious. That's her whole legacy. That's why. That's
not her whole legacy.
Well, that's like why people don't like her. She sued a lot of like Baroque fan fiction writers into poverty.
They didn't make any money off of that, did they?
No, they did not. Well, we're rating. Come